Hey YouTube, it's Manny. So in this video we're going to continue working on our custom loop. So in this one we're actually going to unbox and install the CPU water block. Alright, on to the video. Alright, so we got the PC all cleaned up. Now we're going to actually start installing things. First thing I think I'm going to put in is the CPU water block. So let's unbox it, see what's inside, and figure out what we need to install. Alright, so just like all the Corsair stuff, there's really nice there's wrap on it. Let's pull this off real quick. Put that away. There is a tab. We got it. Even though it had that wrap on it, still has a little tab on it. Alright, so now we can open it up and see what's in here. Let's slide this out. It's nice. It's actually kind of a plain looking box, like if you look at it. Alright, get the box out of the way. Alright, when you open it up, you have instructions manual. We'll look through that, make sure warranty, blah blah blah. Alright, now here it is. Like, that's actually a really big water block, huh? Alright, so one thing, I didn't take the back plate off yet, but I'll have to obviously for this, because it does come with a back plate, and you want to use theirs cover. So here's the back plate, piece of foam inside, I guess, to keep it together. Oh, a couple different models depending on which one you have. Now we got to make sure we find the one that fits the. Oh, actually, no. This is the lockdown. This is the front. This is the back. So this goes on there. This goes on here. I guess it depends. This looks like AM4. I'm guessing this is the AM4, and hopefully this is a 1700. Hopefully it has the right one. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to figure out. I'll have to call them and get a new one. Unfortunately, I didn't even look. I didn't even think of that. Hopefully, this is a it's a 1700. It does have pre-applied thermal paste. It's a little different, right? It's not full. It's like these little triangles. So we'll leave that on until we figure out if this is gonna fit. And then what is this? I'm actually not sure what this is. I'm gonna look at the description. So this is obviously something to line something up with. I'm not sure what. It obviously looks almost like a. Almost looks like the size of CPU almost. So I don't know what this is for. So I'll look at the instruction manual, see what this is for, and let you know when we're installing it. All right. All right. Before we get started, a couple things. This is, I read the directions. This is actually to attach the AM4 back bracket on the back of it. So that's what that's for. I'm not going to need it, but if you are using AMD, you're probably going to need that. And I also forgot to mention there is an addressable RGB connector in there as well. So basically you plug the CPU in. If you want to plug it directly into an addressable port as opposed to using the Corsair IQ, I think it's called, commander thing. So that's all. Alright, now onto the installation. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to be doing is installing the back bracket. So I'm using Intel, so we're going to be installing the Intel one. I don't know if we can get there. It is 1700, 1200. So this is a 1700 because this is 13,900K we're installing. So, alright. So this is really all tools free. We're going to be installing it back here. I got everything kind of taken apart. This is the Thermaltake P3 core case, wall mounted. You guys know I wall mount it. There is a bracket that goes across here. I think it's for SSDs. I've already removed it. I'll put it back on afterwards. I may not actually put it back on. I don't actually have any SSDs. I might just kind of store it somewhere. No reason to have it back there. I could use it for cable management a little bit, but I don't think I need to. All right, now on to installing this bracket. It's actually pretty cool. So if you look here, you got these little tabs on there, right? This actually, what I like about this, a lot of them don't have this. You peel these off, it's actually sticky. So the back bracket will stick a little bit to the motherboard while you flip it around and get it installed. So all I gotta do is take these little tabs off. Tabs off. Now the one thing I didn't like is I noticed they moved a little bit. I guess it depends on if it's 1700 or 1200. They moved a little bit, right? So well, they didn't all, well, yeah, they did move. I don't know if that's gonna, hold on, let me just check it out real quick. If they move on you, make sure I'm lined up right for your mother, because once they go in, they're gonna stick in. All right, 1 second. Let me make sure I got them right. I didn't realize they move like that, so just keep that in mind. These do move in and out, which I don't particularly care for. I wish they would. I wish there was a way to lock them in place. Let me get mine to the right setup, and then we're going to plug it in. All right, we're back. All right, I got to figure out. So for the 1700 bracket, I can't speak for the 1200 because I don't have one. Have these pushed all the way in, and if they're all the way in, they will fit. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. So those are all pushed in. Hopefully they don't move. Let's see if I can set this here. All right, so as I said, make sure you have those things all the way in. They do move around quite a bit. I'm gonna have to, now if you're installing this fresh on a motherboard that's out, it's probably a little bit easier. I'm gonna make sure these are all in. I have to move these cables out of the way. And then, like I said, I want these all the way pushed in so that when they stick, they'll actually line up with, just give them a little push like this in the corner, the four corners. Not hard, just a little bit so it sticks. Not the perfect thing because the metal's a little bendy. It's in there now. So it does pop out. It's not the greatest thing in the world. All right, so the sticky stuff isn't working quite right, or as well as it should. We're gonna hope one or two stick, and that way when I turn around to put the water block on, it actually works well. All right, so let's flip it over, and hopefully that works. All right, so there you can kind of see right there, we have it in there. It's not perfect. They still got to be pushed through a little bit. I don't have the optimal setup that I normally do. I don't have my desk because unfortunately my desk is on my other computer is on the desk right now, the desk I work on, so I'm kind of on the floor, but that's all right. We'll make it work. All right, so we're gonna install the water block now with this. So obviously got to take this off that's covering the thermal paste. Now they said you can install it any direction you want to, all right? And what they mean by that is this locked in, it's not gonna fall off. Okay, so you can install it like, so you got the Corsair logo at the bottom there. I'm gonna try to install it that way, but you can install it this way, this way. It doesn't really matter. They said there's no performance problems with it, and it's probably because of how long that is. But although I'll tell you what, I'm gonna install it this way because that 1700 is long, and if you look at this, it's long. So unfortunately, the logo is gonna be on the side. That's probably gonna be. I'm gonna install it like that because of, as I said, if you look at how it lines up, if I go this way, I won't really cover the entire CPU with the thermal paste. Now I could do it. I would have to take their I don't really care that much. I could take their thermal paste off and redo it, put the thermal paste on the CPU, and then actually do it that way. But I'm gonna leave theirs on. We're just gonna install it that way. All right, let me get the camera set up so we can actually install it. All right, guys, this is probably the best angle I can get. As I said, I wanted to originally install it this way, but looking at the thermal paste, just because of the Corsair logo, but you're not really going to see it. So because of how the thermal paste is that way, we're going to install it sideways like this. This is probably going to be better anyway because it'll get the cord. It's got to go up and around anyway. So let's start doing this. Now there are no screwdriver holes in this. If you look, it's all turned with a thumb. They say tighten by hand. I kind of like using a screwdriver a little bit. I don't over tighten, but I still like to have the screwdriver. I feel a lot more confident when I use a screwdriver. All right, let's see. These are not turning. These are turning. All right, make sure I get this lined up. I want to get one in first. All right, that one's in, and then you're supposed to alternate anyway. So I'm gonna make sure I get this bottom one lined up. It's not in there. There we go. Am I in there? I'm not even in there yet. Alright, that one's in now. I know it's tough to see with my hand in the way, but I'm just trying to make sure I get them lined up first before I start tightening them down. Right, that one's in. I've got one more to get in. This one's not in the hole yet. There it is. Oops, slide down. It's too high now. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like this bracket because of those things slide up and down, and now this one is kind of stuck up high a little bit, and I gotta pull it down somehow. I gotta get a screwdriver and yank it down a little bit. All right, I got them all started now. I don't know if you can see as well. Let's see if I tilt this up a little bit without the camera falling. All right, so they're all in there now. Now I just got to tighten it down. I'm going to tighten a little bit each corner. and do it till it's snug. You can't do them anymore by hand. I mean, obviously try not to overturn them, but all right. So those are in there, pretty snug. So that's how it looks right now. Like I said, I installed mine sideways. If you want to have this logo down here, you're going to have to actually take thermal paste off. All right, now looking at it, I actually may turn it because of how I want these. It also depends on how you want your, this is, I got to double check. One of these is in, one's out. I don't know if it necessarily does matter, but they actually recommend one in, one out. I forget which one is which. I'll look in the instructions. But I may want to turn this way because I'm thinking I want my, it's just how I want to run my, how I've been picturing running my water. And I don't think I want it up and over. I might want to turn it. So I think a lot of it depends, not the logo, but how you want to run your loops. All right. All right, guys, so that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I'm working on my camera angles. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm not the greatest. Every video, hopefully it gets better and better and better. But as always, I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, make sure you hit that like button below and leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. If you'd like to see more content like this, make sure you smash that subscribe button. You can also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'd be happy to answer any questions live on stream. Until next time, YouTube, take it easy.